On March 17th, 2025. I'll ask our good sheriff to call this meeting to order, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Jeremiah Walker and invocation by our chaplain, Joe Creed.
All rise. Oh yes, this Honorable Board of County Commissioners is now in session pursuant to adjournment. Now may God save this state and this Honorable Board of County Commissioners.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Our Father, our God, we thank you for your love and your watch care. Thank you for the beautiful day that you've been provided for us today. We've been blessed. Thank you for the leadership you provide for Montgomery County. Now lead, guide, and direct us in the decisions we make. For it's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Madam Clerk, please take the roll.
We have 19 present, 2 absent.
Thank you, ma'am. Looks like we've had 2 members of the public sign up to speak tonight. First, we have Charles Uffelman. Thank you, sir. Yes, state your name and address, and you have 3 minutes to address the commission.
Charles Uffelman of 934 Cumberland Drive. Thank you, Honorable Mayor and Commissioners, for allowing me the time to speak tonight. I am here tonight on behalf of the Montgomery County Democratic Party Executive Committee, who has passed a resolution of celebration and approval and support of Commissioner Tangi Smith on completing her term as one of our Democratic County Commissioners. She was one of the first in our slate in 2018 to be elected together. She's helped make history by increasing the level of black representation on this body and women representation on this body. We are very thankful for her service, not just as a commissioner, but also serving this country in the United States Army and continuing to serve as an entrepreneur and business owner. So thank you, Commissioner Smith. Do you want your proclamation resolution? I don't know if I'm allowed to do this. Can I give it to her if she comes to me?
I think we'll make an exception for Commissioner Tangi.
Thank you so much. There you go.
I just want to say thank you, everybody. Everybody has been so great in teaching me. I've learned so much from all of you guys, everybody on the commission, the 2018 and the newly elected commissioner. And I really don't know. This was a surprise for me. And I said, you know I resigned, right? I didn't know. You gave me an award. I don't know if this was I don't know if it's a compliment or.
It is.
Okay.
We're thankful. We're thankful for you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Job well done, Commissioner.
Thank y'all. Next, we have Drew Schumann. Please state your name, address, and I have 3 minutes to address the commission.
My name is Drew Schumann. I live at 1008 Thrasher Drive. Good evening, Mayor and Commission. I'm a volunteer at a dog rescue in Montgomery County. Over the last year, I've become very concerned about animal welfare in the county, but I'm going to break it down into 4 basic specific concerns. First is excessive breeding. Second, abandoned at-large dogs. Third, a high rate of euthanasia at animal control. And fourth, an animal control that apparently is working at odds with animal rescues and volunteers in the community. To address the points by point, first one on breeding, I suggest the county become more assertive about registration of breeders and rescues. Also, make more of an effort to find those who violate county regulations. Also, I consider that currently owners whose dogs are taken by animal control, they got to be taken 3 times in order for a spay-neuter to happen. I suggest that that be changed to spay-neuter the first time a dog is taken in animal control. As far as abandonment, I suggest that a cat dog license be created that accompanies the rabies license and a database be kept so that we can find owners of abandoned or at-large pets. As far as the euthanasia issue is concerned, I understand it's a necessity in this environment. We have a lot of stray, loose, and feral dogs, and they need to be dealt with. There's just not enough room or budget to take care of all of them. But it would be nice to see a little more transparency in the criteria and timing of euthanasia. Over the last month, I've heard of several dogs which people actually were interested in adopting from animal control becoming euthanized the day it was first adoption ready. Finally, most successful animal controls I've worked with have close relationships with vetted animal rescues. My experience so far in Montgomery County is of an almost combative relationship between animal control and several animal rescues and volunteers that attempt to work with them. An example of this happened last week when 3 long-term volunteers at animal control who run their own rescue were disinvited to volunteer by animal control employees. This adversarial relationship does not make sense to me, as there are a lot of animals that need help and there are limited budget that we can spend as a county on animal control. I think that we could leverage this limited budget by employing more volunteers and volunteer organizations on their behalf. And with that, I thank you very much for the time.
Thank you, sir. All right, moving into zoning resolutions. First, we have CZ 2 2025, application of Carolyn Jackson Hudson from AG to R1. Do I have a motion for approval? Commissioner Harper, do I have a second? Commissioner Gannon? Is there any discussion on CZ 2 2025? Commissioner Gallant?
Thank you, Mayor. A couple weeks ago, I met with John Jackson, grandson of Mrs. Jackson here, who is the owner of this property. This is really becoming a financial burden for them. They can't utilize the property. They can't utilize the land for any sort of farming, any sort of raising. It's too costly. All they can do is just pay the taxes on this land and be stuck with it. And it's becoming such a financial burden that he's begging us to get it off of his hands. And I think that that's the best thing that we can do for him, and we should. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Burkholder?
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to say that, these applicants are great folks, and I would love to see them be able to utilize this property to its fullest potential. I think in order to be able to do that safely, we really need to have some improvements in that corridor, both state and county. I appreciate our county highway supervisor requesting design funds for what we can do there to improve it. We've had several fatalities in the last couple of years. There's a lot of really close calls and accidents in that area, and it's definitely a problem that we need to address. I can't vote for anything that's going to put more traffic in that corridor at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any other discussion on CZ 2 2025? Seeing none, please cast your votes. Would anyone like to change their vote? Madam Clerk, please tally the votes.
12 yeses, 8 noes, 0 abstentions.
Resolution passes. Next, we have CZ 3 2025, application of Leonard and Angela Carter from R2 to C2. Do I have a motion for approval? Commissioner Chandler, second Commissioner Gallant. Any discussion on CZ 3 2025? Seeing none, please cast your votes. Would anyone like to change their vote? Madam Clerk, please tally the votes.
20 yeses, 0 noes, 0 abstentions.
Resolution passes. Moving into our consent agenda, first we have Resolution 2531, a resolution amending fiscal year 2025 budget of Montgomery County, Tennessee. Resolution 2532, resolution to accept State of Tennessee Volunteer Firefighting Equipment and Training Grant Program 33501-2525262 and appropriate funds. Resolution 2533, Resolution to accept and appropriate joint grant funds from the Bureau of Justice Assistance of the United States Department of Justice. Resolution 2534, resolution to accept and appropriate grant funds from the Bureau of Justice Assistance State Criminal Alien Assistance Program for the fiscal year 2024 award period. Resolution 2535, resolution authorizing the application of a Tennessee Hospitality Recovery Fund grant from the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development for Clarksville-Montgomery County Tourist Commission. Resolution 2536, resolution to accept Office of Domestic Preparedness State Homeland Security Grant Program 34101-22725 and to appropriate funds. Resolution 2537, resolution to authorize execution of an agreement between the Aspire Clarksville Foundation and the County of Montgomery regarding a grant award from the Clarksville-Montgomery County's Community Health Foundation Incorporated for Montgomery County's Fredonia Park through Aspire Clarksville Foundation and to appropriate funds. Resolution 2538, resolution to amend Office Park interlocal agreement between Montgomery County and the Industrial Development Board to permit purchase of adjacent property. Also on the consent agenda, we have commission minutes dated February 10th, 2025, the county clerk's report and notary list, the county mayor appointments and nominations. All items in this portion of the agenda are considered to be routine, non-controversial by the county commission and may be approved by one motion. However, a member of the county commission may request that an item be removed for separate consideration. Do I have a motion for approval? Commissioner Bill, a second. Commissioner Shelton. Any discussion on the consent agenda? Seeing none, please cast your votes. Would anyone like to change their vote? Madam Clerk, please tally the votes.
20 yeses, 0 noes, 0 abstentions.
All right. And we will have a highway report for everyone at the next meeting. Next, we will move into the election process for the District 8 Commissioner. All right, in order for your name to be considered a member of the county legislative body, must nominate that person or persons. Nominations do not require a second. All nominees who are not present shall be required to have submitted in writing that they will accept their nomination before being considered. All rules allow anyone who meets the qualifications for the District 8 vacancy to throw their hat in the ring tonight, even though the published deadline has passed. The candidates are listed in tonight's agenda in the order we received their information. We have Ron Sokol, Brandon Kling, David Forbes, and LaTanya Brown. Anyone else who would like to throw their name in as well? After nominations cease, the county legislative body will have the opportunity to discuss these nominations, and each candidate will be allowed to address the commission for a maximum of 5 minutes with no questions allowed. I will now open the floor to nominations for application for the District 8 seat. Commissioner Gannon.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, I would like to nominate all 4 candidates, Ron Sokol, Brandon Kling, David Forbes, and LaTanya Brown for the District 8 Commissioner, as well as anyone else that may come off the floor, but I don't know that that's there.
Thank you, sir. We have nominations. There is no need for a second for a nomination. Any other nominations from the floor? All right. Seeing none, I will call upon our county clerk to the podium to explain the voting process. Oh, sorry. All right, we'll go into the speeches now. Mr. Ron Sokol, would you like to come down to the podium? And you'll have 5 minutes to address the commission.
Thank you, Mayor Golden. Thank you, commissioners, for your time. I know it's precious and it's going to be a long night, so I'm going to keep it short. For 16 years, I've had sit where you have, and I have debated and come up with resolutions to improve the lives of the citizens of Montgomery County. I believe that with my knowledge from the past and my attention
because I'm totally retired now and I can focus on this more than anything else, I'd appreciate any consideration that you give me. And with that, I thank you for your time and any attention. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, and we appreciate your service. Mr. Brandon Kling, please come down. You'll have 5 minutes to address the commission.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Commission, citizens. My name is Brandon Kling. I've been a resident of Montgomery County since I was assigned to Fort Campbell in March of 2010, and I've been a resident of Ward 8 since May of 2012. I had separated from the military after the end of my contract in December of 2013. My wife and I decided to stay here because we loved Montgomery County. And the reasons why is because the way the people in the community became friends and became family. When my daughter was diagnosed with cancer, which she's cancer-free now, so, but a lot of people came together, rallied behind us, supported us. December of 2023, even though we lucked out, we only lost power at our house for 4 days, whereas others lost their homes and their entire livelihoods. Those same people that were the community, that became friends, that became family, rallied behind us. I take service very seriously. From the time I was a child, serving as a Boy Scout, to when I enlisted in the Marine Corps as an infantryman, to when I went back in the military and the Army as an infantryman and later as a human resources specialist. To pretty much every career I've ever held, it's been about doing stuff and anything I can to help the people, because that's what it's all about. I'm not a politician, is what it boils down to. I do know, though, if I am selected as commissioner, my duty is to serve the people of that district of Ward 8 and serve the people of Montgomery County. It means to do what's best by them, to listen to them, to listen to what they need, what they want, what bothers them, and do whatever I can to help. Montgomery County is a great place. And this county commission has been doing a wonderful job, I think, so far. And I definitely would like to do my part to help out this commission and making sure that Montgomery County remains a great place and gets better, because there's always room for improvement. So I don't make campaign promises. I'm just here to do the right thing, because the two core values that I find the most important to me is service before self and excellence in all I do. Once again, Mr. Mayor, County Commission, thank you all for your consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Kling. Next, we have David Forbes.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, County Commission. So I thought about putting my name on this because, you know, when you're retired, you kind of like start looking at things and looking at the state, looking at the county and everything. I didn't really become like actively involved with the county at all until the last tax increase, and then I started becoming more attuned to what was taking place in the county. A little bit of myself is I retired from the Army back in 1992. It was a long way to where I grew up at. My kids were in school. I elected to stay here. I've seen the county like grow quite a bit from when Tiny Town was a 2-lane road. Fort Campbell was 2 lanes in each direction with a median. So it's growing quite a bit. Whether this growth is success, nice or not, I don't really have an opinion on it. I think every time that we get additional like subdivisions and that, it actually increases the tax base. So, I think some growth is necessary. Although we have to be careful with some of this growth because of the flooding and all that we have in a lot of areas. So I think a lot of attention needs to be paid to the topographic maps and everything when they build these subdivisions or approve these subdivisions. I'm looking at the time here. So after following the other two gentlemen, I don't know, maybe they're more qualified than I am. But it's like I say, I look at serving at a function like this as selfless service, just like I did when I was in the military. I appreciate your consideration, and thank you for giving me the time to speak.
Thank you, sir. LaTanya Brown.
Good evening, Mayor, Honorable County Commissioners, esteemed community members. First, I would like to say thank you to my family, my friends, and my church family for supporting me tonight. My name is LaTanya Brown, but many know me as Tanya. I stand before you today with great enthusiasm and a deep sense of responsibility as I express my desire to serve as the County Commissioner for District 8. For me, public service, it's not just a title, but it's a calling. It's the commitment to stand in the gap and to be the voice for the unheard, and to turn challenges into opportunities and to enhance the lives of the residents. My journey has shaped me by service, leadership, and a passion to help people navigate government and in basically opportunities for themselves, just create opportunities. I'm a proud U.S. Army veteran. I have served over 10 years in the military. Throughout my military career, I've learned the values of leadership, accountability, strategic planning, and resilience. As an aircraft mechanic at Fort Campbell, I supervise personnel, I maintain critical operations, and ensure that systems function properly, even under high-pressure situations. These skills that I obtained, they directly translate into the responsibilities of a county commissioner. And as overseeing such as budgets, managing resources, and ensuring that the needs of the people are met with efficiency and integrity. Beyond my military service, I hold a bachelor's in science in criminal justice from Bethel University. This has given me a strong foundation in governance, law enforcement, and public policy. Education, for me, has been my driving force in my life, and I continue to use my knowledge to serve my community. In addition to my professional background, I'm a mother of 5 beautiful children, and I've been residing in Clarksville for over 20 years. And I understand firsthand challenges that families face in our community, whether it be education, financial opportunity, and public safety. I want to ensure that our county remains a place where families can thrive and build a brighter future. Currently, I work as a remote education test scorer. I assess academic performance of grades K through 12 students. This role has given me a direct insight into the challenges facing our education system. And I strongly believe that a thriving county must prioritize education, youth development, and access to opportunity to all. My dedication to this community goes beyond my personal and professional experience. I'm a super voter. I've been actively involved in initiatives that uplift and support our citizens. First to name, I served as a volunteer coach for Parks and Rec Department monitoring youth athletes, baseball and softball. I believe sports instills discipline, teamwork, and perseverance. These are qualities that shape future leaders. I have managed social media accounts for incarcerated individuals that's seeking rehabilitation and regeneration. This ensures them that they maintain a family connection that leads to better outcomes upon their release. I am a member of the Greater Missionary Baptist Church, where I sing in the choir. I coach on the History Trivia Bowl ministry, and I teach VBS each year for the youth at my church.
It's 5 minutes, ma'am. I'm going to turn it on just for a few seconds so you can close out, okay?
Good? Okay. I'm particularly passionate about helping people start small businesses and navigate local government policies. To me, small businesses are the backbone of our economic system. And by empowering entrepreneurs, we create jobs, we stimulate economic growth, and strengthen our county. Why am I a great candidate? That's a great question. I'm glad you asked. As an aircraft mechanic, I had to pay attention to detail.
I'm going to need you to wrap it up.
Okay. I had to be quick on my feet, and I had to rise to the occasion at any given moment. Secondly, I'm a problem solver. I'm a leader and a dedicated member of this community. My military background, my educational foundation, and unwavering commitment to service has prepared me to take on this role with integrity, diligence, and heart. Montgomery County is growing, it's evolving, and facing new challenges every day.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, now we'll call on Madam Clerk to come to the podium and explain the voting process.
Good afternoon, everyone. When you arrived tonight, you should have received ballots on your desk. Your ballots are pre-printed with the commissioner's name and their district number on there. Please confirm that you have the correct ballot. And when it's time for you to vote, please do not fold your ballots. Keep them flat and pass them to the center with the lowest district number on top. That'll help us to move a little bit faster. We'll ask you to just circle the person, the candidate that you would like to vote for at that time. So when any nominee receives votes of the majority of the county legislative body, then he or she will win the appointment to fill the vacancy. After round 2 and after round 3, a nominee that receives 0 votes will be eliminated from the following process. A nominee may withdraw his or her name at any time during the voting process. If we reach round 4, we'll give additional instructions at that time. Okay? We're ready to vote? Okay. Please bear with me. I'm using a very small screen, so we will be, as soon as Patrick has me plugged in here, we're going to be voting to where it is with public inspection. You'll be able to see the votes. If for some reason I get on a wrong line, don't hesitate to let me know. I do have another set of eyes here with me, so we'll have this taken care of in just a second. Just a minor technical difficulty. We let the IT people take care of the IT problems.
Commissioners, while they're working on that, go Go ahead and mark your vote on your piece of paper. Would anyone like to change their vote? All right, please pass them to the center, keeping the lowest district number on top, and do not fold them.
Commissioner Smith, did you choose not to vote tonight? Okay, I think we have them all now. Commissioner Gannon votes for Sokol. Commissioner Smith votes for Sokol. Commissioner Ray votes for Sokol. Commissioner Leverett votes for Brown. Commissioner Langford votes for Brown. Commissioner Burkholder votes for Kling. Commissioner Smith votes for Brown. Commissioner Pedro votes for Kling. Commissioner Walker votes for Brown. Commissioner Creek votes for Sokol. Commissioner Chandler votes for Brown. Commissioner Woodruff votes for Brown. Commissioner Beal votes for Brown. Commissioner Harper votes for Sokol. Commissioner Pritchard votes for Brown. Commissioner Rosnick votes for Brown. Commissioner Gallant votes for Sokol. Commissioner Fry votes for Forbes. Commissioner Simmons votes for Brown. Commissioner Shelton votes for Brown. Commissioner, it looks like we have a majority. We have 11 votes for Brown.
Congratulations, ma'am. That was easier than we thought it was going to be. Thank you, Madam Clerk, for always helping us out. Next, we have reports filed. We have our building code monthly reports, our trustee reports, accounts and budget reports, CMCSS quarterly financial reports dated 12/31/2024, and CMCSS quarterly project report dated March of 2025. And I'm going to come down for a presentation. Commissioner Tangi Smith, can I invite you down here to embarrass you one more time, please, ma'am? So we do have a proclamation for the commissioner. Thank you. I do want to say it's been an honor working with you, and I'm happy to call you one of my friends as well. Whereas County Commissioner Tangi Smith was elected to the Montgomery County Board of Commissioners representing District 8 in August 2018 and was re-elected in 2022, serving a total of 6.5 years in Montgomery County governmental service as a county commissioner. And whereas Commissioner Smith served her district in Montgomery County faithfully and diligently and contributed invaluably to a total deliberations of the Board of County Commissioners, having served on the Beer Board, Building Codes Committee, Delinquent Tax Sales and Release Committee, Ethics Committee, Loss Control Committee, Nominating Committee, Parks Committee, Personnel Committee, Public Records Commission, Purchasing Committee, Rules Committee, and Veteran Service Organization Committee, to name a few. And whereas Commissioner Smith founded Women Elevated, which is a nonprofit organization whose primary mission is to help female veterans. Among her many philanthropic accomplishments is Smile Jamaica, providing food and support for women and children, Junior Agricultural Group, teaching children in Guyana and Nicaragua the art of agriculture for food security, and supporting many other local nonprofits in Montgomery County. And whereas the departure of Commissioner Smith from the county's legislative body will be a loss to the citizens of Montgomery County, her knowledge and expertise, her kind and considerate manner, and her overall selfless dedication to the commission and to the citizens of Montgomery County are traits that will be hard to replace. And whereas it is appropriate that suitable recognition be made of the citizen who gave so much of herself in service of her community and did so with style and grace, emphasis on the style for sure. And whereas Commissioner Smith, we wish Commissioner Smith the best of luck in all her future endeavors. She will certainly be missed by her friends and fellow commissioners. Now, therefore, I, Wes Golden, Mayor of Montgomery County, Tennessee, on this 17th day of March 2025, on behalf of the citizens of Montgomery County, do hereby recognize and express sincere appreciation to Commissioner Tangi Smith for 6.5 years of loyal and dedicated service to Montgomery County government and the Board of County Commissioners. Please rise and give her a round of applause. I do want to thank all the applicants who came in tonight and who are willing to serve. We appreciate your willingness to serve Montgomery County and our fine community. Also, I would like to announce our new HR director who started today. It's her first day on the job, Ms. Colleen Gildy. I'm sure some of you will get to know her even more coming up in the budget committee meetings. Also, everyone is invited to join the fun at Mayor versus the General broomball match on Thursday, March 27th at the Ford Ice Center in the F&M Bank Arena. Doors open at 7. Opening ceremony begins at 7:30. At 7:45, myself will be challenging the General of Fort Campbell, who does PT every day and I don't. At 8:30, the County Highway Department will be faced off against the City Street Department. I will say we are both undefeated at this time. I don't know if I'll be able to maintain that record much longer. I think they're out for a vengeance. At 9 o'clock, Gas and Water will be playing Clarksville Fire. This event is free. Donations are welcome and can be given to the local United Way representatives who will be at the event. Also, I would like, is Sally Reed here tonight? I do want to announce that Sally Reed has successfully completed the Director's School for the NRPA. This is a 2-year professional development program, and I just appreciate employees, directors, and elected officials that continue to go above and beyond to get further education to serve our community. Let's give her a round of applause, please. Commissioner Shelton, did you have something as well?
I promise I won't be long. I have an invitation I want to extend to everyone in this room. A lot of us have been talking about juvenile resources and things like that over the last several years, and this has been a very important topic to my heart. And one of the things that I've noticed over the years has been that there's a certain part of that it's still enormously, there's a lot of pushback on, and that's detention. And so what I have been able to work with is my new friend Monica Meeks, Mrs. Monica Meeks over there, and I are going to discuss detention, juvenile detention on March 29th, just a little less than 2 weeks from now, from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock at the public library in the large meeting room right here. It's not going to be a debate. It's not going to be trying to win or lose. We both feel like this is such an important issue that we need to be able to have a conversation. And I'm never going to shy away from a conversation, especially something that is this important, especially when we know that it involves our kids. And there's a lot of opinions on this, and I feel like that if we can put this in a way that we can talk about it without trying to show somebody up or whatever, and you know how debates are, is always about win and lose. If we do something like this without the support of the community, we are all going to lose. And this is, again, a major topic that we need to discuss. We've got to talk about these specifics. And I'm looking forward to this. There will be some other little side things going on, talking about zining is something, a really cool thing, Z-I-N-I-N-G. There's going to be some folks there talking about that. But we want to have a community discussion, and Mrs. Meeks and I will be discussing this really face-to-face and really trying to bring out, I think, the heart behind it, because she had been very opposed to it. I have been on record being very supportive of the Resource Center as a whole, but detention is an element that we've got to talk about. And I'm not going to shy away from it. And I know that we need to have that discussion. So I want to invite all of you again, March 29th at 9 a.m. from 9 to 11. We're going to be on time. There's another meeting right after that. So we want to make sure to have respect for everybody in the room, also for the community. So please come. It's not going to be a huge room, but it is a large library meeting room down at our public library. So that's my invitation. Hope you guys can make it. And I want to thank Mrs. Meeks for being willing to have this discussion, and I'm excited about it. I feel like we can hopefully have some good and really educate the community on both sides of this issue. Thank you.
And the next day, on March 30th, is David Harper's birthday. Happy birthday, Commissioner. Does anybody have anything else for the good of the organization? All right, seeing none, I'll ask our good sheriff to adjourn this meeting. Thank you all, and congratulations to our future commissioner.
All rise. Oh yes, this honorable Board of County Commissioners now stands adjourned. Now may God save this state and this honorable Board of County Commissioners. Have a good evening.